Hello, welcome to the live stream here on Helena Wood's Astrology. And I want to teach you today a little intro on zodiac releasing. Zodiac releasing is my go-to timing technique that I use to understand a person's life. This is the first thing that I look at when I'm pulling up someone's birth chart and I want to see where they are in their life biography. Where are they in the story of their life? This is what I look to. This is the first thing that I look at. And so in today's live stream, I want to talk a little bit about zodiac releasing, some of the different components of it, and why you don't always need to only focus on your peak periods, as we often hear in zodiac releasing. And I also want to talk about the power of what happens when you learn this technique and how it can really change your life and support you in how you can prepare for your life as well. So before we get started with today's live stream, I did just want to let you know before we get started that Trust Your Timeline, which is my live zodiac releasing course that goes so in depth on this. Everything you could wonder about this, you could find in the course in the link in the chat right here. If you want to go deep and learn this live with me, there's going to be 4 live class calls this December. We start class on December 2nd. But even before then, there's 30 hours of pre-recorded video modules, material, workbooks, and class call replays where you can see examples of how this works. So if you want to learn this, check out the link in my description. You can go to helenawoods.com and enroll in Trust Your Timeline, the only program that I teach zodiac releasing and timing. You can find that in the course program. Doors will close November 1st, and the first class begins live on Zoom on December 2nd. And until then, you can catch up on all the video modules and class calls to prepare for the live classes with me. All right, let's get started. So first, before we dive in, zodiac releasing is an ancient Hellenistic timing technique that maps the chapters of your life biography in sections, chapters, dates, essentially. And so what I want to show you here, can you see my screen here? When you go to a website, like a free website, astro.com, let me know in the chat if you guys can see this. Oh yeah, it does work. Amazing. Ooh, fun. Okay. So let's just say you want to look at this for free on your own time. You can go to astro.com, and astro.com is a great resource that can show you the timing. Now there's all these ads. So I'm so sorry. Just ignore all the ads here. We're going to go to extended chart selection. So once you enter in your birth data into astro.com for free, just go to your account. So you can go to My Astro user profile, click your account or your name, and then you're going to click on extended chart selection right here in the horoscope chart drawings. And once you do that, you're going to be sent to this screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on chart drawing style, and we're going to click on Hellenistic for the chart drawing style, and we're going to make sure we select for the house system. We're going to select whole signs. Then we're going to click show the chart. Now, when you scroll down to the bottom of the page under the astro birth chart here, you're going to see these list of dates. And how we read this is we're looking at the decades, the years, the months, and the days of when something is happening. And so we can essentially, it's kind of like looking at the sections of your book, the chapters of your book, the paragraphs, and the sentences of your book. And we can see exactly when something is happening or a theme in your life. And by corresponding this information with your birth chart, the houses here, the angularity between the malefics and the benefics, we can understand more detail on if a time period is positive and supportive or more constructive or challenging. We can also see meaningful periods in life or periods that are just peak periods in a person's life, which are times of activity, busyness, and important themes arising. Now, let's just take an example at, let's kind of look at a lot of spirit as an example. So here's my chart in my zodiac releasing. And just want to make sure you guys can see this. Perfect. So clicking on Lot of Spirit, this is for career purpose and overall life direction. A lot of Fortune is health and body matters, and a lot of Eros is relationships and marriage. So when we want to look to certain areas of the life, we can select which lot we want to focus on. So for this matter, and the main one that I always look at when I'm looking at clients' charts for the first time, I go to Lot of Spirit. Now, what we can do is we can look at the sections of a person's life. So we can see I'm in part 2 of my book. Part 2 is right here. So February 6th of 2013, I began a new section of the biography. Within that section 2, part 2 of the story, I can look at the chapter. So what chapter are we in for that section? Oh, I'm right here. And then I can see the month or the paragraph when something is happening. And I can also see the day when something is happening. So think of this as like the paragraph in the chapter and then the sentence within the paragraph, within the chapter, within the part of the book, the biography. So we can read this. We can get so much detail on a person's life by reading this alone. There's a lot more here. We can see, like, for instance, this is a culmination period. And I know this because I can count down from 10. There's the culmination. 10th from the beginning of this sign is Gemini from Virgo. That's the 10th sign down. That's a culmination period. We can also find peak periods. Like for me, fixed sign periods are always peak periods. Scorpio is a major supportive peak. Taurus is a minor peak. Leo is a moderate peak. And we also have Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. And then we also have Aquarius is a major peak for me. It's funny because this was actually the 3 years that I was really big on YouTube and I had a book deal with a publishing house. This was literally when my whole journey with slow living, making content around slow living, making YouTube videos, starting YouTube, going viral, getting a book deal. Like this was all during this major peak period that happened for me right here. And then, I entered cool down, prep, but challenging period for me here. Peak, culmination, cool down. We also have LBs, which are really major. We also have focal points and meaningful periods, which meaningful periods are not always peak periods. Meaningful periods are something else entirely. Peak periods are just times when you're really busy and active and important things that are happening for you. Let's do another example. Let's look at Lot of Eros. Lot of Eros is marriage and relationships. I actually met my husband here. Let me show you when I met my husband. Let's see. Right here. So I met my husband in a year. This was a major positive year for me, relationships, dating. And this was the year that I was going on so many dates. I was in a lot of relationships. I was meeting a lot of people in New York City. And it was this year. It was literally fall of 2014 into the end of 2015. And that year was a major dating period for me. Now, I met my husband actually right here during this positive peak period, January 5th of 2015, which is this section, these, days right here on this level 4. And level 4 is the days when something is happening. And it's interesting because we started talking online on OkCupid. We were dating, online dating, talking in the DMs or whatever on OkCupid. We started talking here during this Cancer period, this prep period, this preparatory phase. Then we met here. And what's interesting is look at this loosing of the bond here. Loosing of the bond is a pivot, a change in direction, or something changing or shifting. Now, this loosing of the bond is being hinted as to something that happened here, the foreshadowing period, because we have the same zodiac sign, Cancer. And what's interesting is around here, my husband and I were just starting to get more serious with each other. We were casually dating. I was seeing other people, and I decided that I was just going to see him. We were just going to date each other, not become boyfriend or girlfriend yet, but just only see each other. And that was at the end of the month when we started dating. We started talking during this foreshadowing period before the LB here. So you can see that kind of link, this thread that is interwoven between the foreshadowing and the LB. And that's that story here. Now let's go in time a little bit. Let's look at the time when we got married. We got married right here. Look at that. Level 3, monthly level on this LB. We got married on June 1st, 2018. This was an LB. And when we decided we were going to get married, we decided we were going to get married here. Now, what do you notice that's similar about this and this? What's a similar thread, a similar theme that's interwoven between this major LB and this period right here? They're both Cancer periods. So the foreshadowing, this was when we sat down in front of my husband's parents' house and we decided we were going to get married. We literally sat down and talked about it and decided. It wasn't like a fancy proposal or, a fancy surprise, I want to get married, engagement. It was literally we made the decision to get married. Not really romantic, but it was an important period for us. And it was that last week of September. It was right after his birthday. And Then we got married June 1st during that LB period on a level 3 in that Cancer period that was foreshadowed here. This is an example of how you can use zodiacal releasing in your own life. And you can use your birth chart to understand, okay, like what is this relating to? We can look at the houses. We can look at the angularity from benefics and malefics. We can look at the transits and see the correspondence. And I will say that, it's interesting about this is our transits are in direct alignment with our zodiacal releasing. So when you see something important happen in your ZR, if you open up your transits at the same time, you'll see that the same story is being played out in the transits. For instance, I had a client just a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about his health because he has chronic health issues. And he entered a challenging negative period in his health that week. Years ago when his chronic health issues started. And he's a very young, healthy person, but he began a health journey that was very challenging for him. And it started in the zodiacal releasing. We could see it there on the year, the month when it began. And what's interesting is when I pulled up the transits in alignment with the zodiacal releasing, his ruler of his chart, his body, was being squared by a challenging planet at the same time in the house of health and illness. And so what you see in the zodiacal releasing is also what you're seeing in the transits, but there are different ways of seeing it. And there's more interesting nuance there too in the zodiacal releasing. And this really gets you thinking about how life is beautifully timed. Your biography is beautifully timed. And I really believe that we chose this life. We chose our birth chart. We chose our timing. We can't get this wrong. We can't mess it up. Our timing is perfectly in alignment with the divine orchestration of our souls and what we came here to do. And when you learn these techniques, you can use it for your maximum benefit, for your advantage. If I see a positive peak period coming up in the year 2028, I am going to start preparing the foundation of my life, my routines, my business, my finances now, so that I have the freedom, the schedule, the flexibility to say yes to an invitation or an opportunity if it arises in 2028. If I see I have some challenging health periods coming up in a certain year, well, I know that the year before I'm going to start getting some more checkups. I'm going to make sure I have my doctor on speed dial. I'm going to have my ovarian specialist and maybe my dermatologist, right? So, it's really a great way to prepare and plan for your life so you can best use the opportune, wonderful moments. And also, if there are challenging periods, you can set everything up, the foundations of your life, so that you can ride that transit or that experience with more ease, and not have it be as difficult if you didn't know about it and it comes as a shock, right? If I see something challenging coming up in the horizon, I can prepare for it. I can get the umbrella ready for a rainy day. I don't need to get stuck in a thunderstorm and not have my umbrella with me. Of course, I'm going to pack and prepare my bag for the day when I see a rainstorm coming. So this is how I use zodiacal releasing. This is how I use transits in my own life, is I ride the waves. I catch a wave and I ride it. I use astrology for my maximum benefit. I use it as a tool, not out of fear, but as preparation. And I find that when you start to use astrology from this place of intelligence and planning and preparation, you can really maximize a lot of the benefits of your life. And so all this said, my zodiacal releasing course, which is my massive epic program, Trust Your Timeline, it is open and it's running live this December. We're going to be having 4 live class calls, all on zodiacal releasing and transits. And not only do you learn zodiacal releasing from me and step by step, breaking it down from the beginning. So if you're brand new to astrology or zodiacal releasing, I break it down from you. Each module takes you one step to the next so that you can really implement this and practice this in your own life. And the thing that a lot of my students tell me is that I really make astrology very simple and easy to understand. I'm able to break things down in a practical way that people can understand it, whether it's utilizing metaphors or breaking things down so it's simple. I'm really good at that. I'm really skilled at that. And if you do want to learn from me, we have over 500 students enrolled in this program. We have 503 people total. If you want to learn this, doors will close November 1st. Trust your timeline. It's epic. 4 live class calls this December. You can find all the information in the link here in this chat box. And you can just go to helenawoods.com/courses and you'll see Trust Your Timeline there and available for you. And once you join, you get instant access. You get access to the modules, the pre-recorded modules, the meditations, the workbooks, and then of course, all the class call replays. We have 8 past live call class replays that you can watch, over 30 hours of content in this course alone. It's epic, it's amazing, and you get lifetime access and future updates. So I don't know if we have anyone here who was in Trust Your Timeline from a year ago or a year and a half ago, or if we have any students here that joined earlier this year at the beginning of 25, you will also be able to join our class calls. We could have 3 of them together, and you'll be able to join those 3. And so the amazing thing about my programs is you get lifetime access. There's no expiration date. You get forever updates, and you can join the live class calls for Trust Your Timeline. So if you do want to join, very excited to have you here. My programs are made with excellence. They're made with integrity, with heart, and I give a lot. And the thing that I always hear from my students is they always say things like, the reason I always enroll in all of your classes and all your course programs is because you give so much. You give generously. And, I don't sugarcoat things. I give a lot of value, and I make sure that you get above and beyond what you signed up for. I'm someone that really cares about my students and my practice and my work. I'm child-free by choice. I don't want children, but what I do want is I want to make a lot of stuff with my life. I want to make a lot of courses. I want to make books. I have so many projects of baby projects that I want to bring forth into this world. And so, this is one of my favorite courses. It's one of my favorite babies. It's one of my favorite things that I've made. I'm very proud of it. And if you want to join, I'd love to have you there. Isar just said, great course, highly recommend. Thank you, Isar. You're so sweet. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the love. I'm so excited to see you there too, Isar. If you want to join our live class calls, you can join 3 of them this December. So if you go into Podia, you sign into your course program there, you'll see the dates and the times. You can mark it in your calendar, and I'm excited to see you there and to support you. The cool thing about these live classes too is we have one-on-one hot seat time. So you can come up, ask your questions. We can look at your chart, have some time for that. I wish to join when I can afford it. Yes, totally. You can join another time when you have income. We also have payment plans. We have a 3-month payment plan, so you can divide the price into 3 monthly installments to support you in helping you pay for the course. If your intuition, your instincts, your inner voice feels excited to join, there's always that option. And also we do have Klarna and Afterpay. So if you want to stretch out the payments, I believe we do have like a 6-month payment plan. If you want to join with Affirm or Afterpay or Klarna, there's options for that too. But I've personally made a 3-part monthly payment plan for anyone who does want to join, but isn't able to pay in full. If you do pay in full, there is the added bonus of the 4th live class with me. So if you do pay in full, you do get that little extra bonus, but it's not a requirement or anything. Amazing. Zodiac releasing is really incredible. It's made me see life in a different way. It's given me more faith, more hope, more belief in magic and the divine, in something outside of me. And it's given me a philosophical crisis at the same time. I'm not going to lie. When I first learned about Zodiac releasing, I kind of went through my own philosophical belief shifts and changes. I've always kind of believed in law of attraction and manifestation. And I grew up in a household where my mom told me, vision boards, and we had books all over the house about like, if you dream it, it will manifest. And I've learned that you can do that to an extent. It does work to an extent. But if the opening window of opportunity isn't there, we can start to feel like we're spinning our wheels, we're hustling, we're efforting, we're working harder instead of working smarter. But when you have a window of opportunity that's really supportive in the astrology, like a peak period or a positive period, a meaningful period in your zodiac releasing, for instance, and you utilize the astrology and show up and do the mindset work, the manifestation work, all of that, when you add the 2, that's when the real magic happens. If there's a closed window, it can feel like we're spinning our wheels, and it can feel more efforting and striving and hustling than just having a sense of ease, flow, and alignment and fun when we're working hard. You can work hard and have it be easy. You can work hard and have it be seamless and flowing, but it's about utilizing the astrology for right time, maximizing the right time. And that's what I use in my own life. And even for now, for instance, I decided to open this when my positive major peak started. I just had a positive major peak just begin a couple of days ago, and it was like a vibe shift changed for me. And now I'm, talking about Trust Your Timeline. Like, of course, after taking a nice little rest, it's amazing how the astrology just lines up. So all this to say, I would love to hear from you. Have you taken zodiac releasing, or have you taken the Trust Your Timeline course, or do you know about zodiac releasing? I'd love to hear from you in the chat. Let me know down below in the chat here if zodiac releasing is something that you've practiced on or studied or learned from. I'd love to hear. Let me know in the chat. I have my Christmas candle already up. It smells like Christmas in my house right now. It smells amazing. The whole house smells like Christmas. I'm all over the house. Have any of you guys tried zodiac releasing? It's incredible. I highly recommend. I think I have a video on it on my YouTube channel. I have a couple podcast episodes on Cosmic Compass also with those episodes. So, by the way, if you are not subscribed to my podcast, I'm going to send you a link here. Check this out. Check this link out here. This is my podcast, Cosmic Compass. I'm about to post an episode tonight. I'm editing it now. Oh, Life with Karen said this course is so worth it. I took it last year and it has changed my life forever. Helena's course is so worth it. Life with Karen, you are so kind. I'm going to screenshot this and save this. Thank you so much, love. You are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bow Butts. I already gave a quick rundown on zodiac releasing. So you can watch the beginning of this live stream if you missed it. But zodiac releasing, incredible timing technique. Definitely use it. You can watch. I'm going to put this live stream up so you guys can watch it from the beginning. But it's an incredible timing technique that you can use in your life to find your opportune moments, to just read your life biography. I like to describe it as like if you went to the library and you went to the memoirs biography section and you pulled a book off the shelf. That's your life book. That's your life story right there. You have your own memoir. You have your biography. It's already written. Your life story is written. The timing's written. And you can read this now if you want to. Zodiac releasing. It's an incredible technique. Isar said, I practice on my friends, but need to learn more astrology to get deeper into the story. Totally. So like just going back to the chart, right? What house is it activating? Is it angular to the benefics or the malefic planets? Is it a peak period? Is it a culmination, a focal point, meaningful? There's so many periods it could be. But definitely practicing on charts is really great. And we're going to be having live classes too. So if you do want to, you can join our live class calls this December to get a nice refresher, get some examples, see some more new, fresh examples from the live class calls. But I'm really excited. It'll be fun to teach you guys this live. And by the way, there's a mix of pre-recorded content videos, workbooks, PDF workbooks, meditations that I've created for you, as well as live class call replays and live classes. So if you can't join the live classes, they will be recorded and available for replay. You'll get lifetime access to all of the class calls, even if you can't make it live. And then in addition, you don't need professional software for this course. I teach you tutorials. I have tutorials on how to do this for free using free websites like astro.com or AstroSeek. You don't have to buy a professional software to do this course. This is a course for you. You don't need like a professional software or anything. So I teach you tutorials on that and everything. Amazing. Excited to see you there, Isar. That'll be so fun. That'll be great. Amazing. Well, guys, I hope you have a magical rest of your day. I need to finish editing this podcast, take off the makeup on my face, and probably take a shower before I go to bed. And I've got a couple things to do. It's late here. I'm going to be up for a couple more hours, but I just wanted to pop in real quick here on the channel and just let you know, give you a little update on what's going on and what I'm currently teaching now. I'm always teaching something, and so many people have been asking about zodiac releasing and Trust Your Timeline, and I'm really excited by it. So I was like, let's open up the course. Let's run this. Let's do some live classes this December. And very excited to see you there if your intuition feels it's a fit. All right. Have a magical rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.